Hello, everyone. Ohayo gozaimasu. Welcome to Ohio Anime. My name is John, and we're going to be talking about anime tonight, specifically Witch Watch. And to do so, we will have company. Let's get our first contributor in here. Phil, how's it going?
Hey, good. How about you?
Good. It's been a while.
It has, yeah. A few weeks.
It's been
Glad to be back.
Yeah, it's. We haven't been haven't been on the air even for a little while. So apologize to everybody for that. Hopefully, we'll be back in more regular cadence here. Yeah, but we're kicking off the return with an anime episode here. Phil, well, we got you. What's before Andrea jumps in here, let's hear what we've been watching.
Yeah, no, thanks. Well, a couple different things. First and foremost, I will be able to join you on the Smutcast version of Ohio Anime because I have watched a couple episodes of Please Put Them On, Takemine-san.
Okay, how many of those are out now? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I want to say several. I watched the first two. So
okay.
So far.
I completely forgot that was going. Totally forgot about it.
We can talk about I'll loop back to that. I think I've gotten back into Samurai Champloo as sort of a kind of required viewing throwback show that I've been trying to work through.
Okay.
It's my my cousin, who's one of my closest friends, had recommended. It's one of his favorite anime, and he's understandably like really wanted me to watch it. So I'm like, I like it, but it's not new, and so I tend to like to watch shows that are like new and in the popular zeitgeist and the conversation, and so but I've been working through that. And then this really interesting show I read about online and then I checked out for myself, show called To Be Hero X. So it's actually not an anime. It's a Chinese donghua, or whatever it is called, for like Chinese anime-like. Sure. About. But excellent.
What's that on?
That's on Crunchyroll. It's on Crunchyroll. It reminds me a little bit of, it's like The Boys meets it's like The Boys meets Arcane.
Oh,
but it's not as violent as The Boys, but but it's a very unique animation style where frequently it is, frequently it's CGI, but really well done CGI. And then often it's like Arcane style animation, somewhat. And then periodically it is like hand-drawn, comic-y type, like comic booky type animation. It's a whole mix. Like it'll be all really obvious CGI, and then it'll go to really obvious like hand-drawn stuff. It's quite good, and the storyline is excellent. It's one of those shows where superheroes are like popular. They're heroes because they're popular, and the more popular they are, the more powerful they are, and like they're celebrities kind of. But there's cliffhangers and things happening. We're like, whoa, what just happened at the end of episodes? Like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that.
Sure, yeah.
It's excellent.
Nice.
So,
well, speaking of popular, excellent people,
nice.
How's it going?
What an intro.
Great.
Goodness gracious. How will I live up to it?
I don't know. Show us your social media following. That'll prove your popularity or not.
This is like popular or not, hot or not. Different version.
Yep. Okay, well, Phil's just telling us what he's been watching, and sounds like a good mix here.
Yeah.
There's probably a couple others, but we can. Yeah, those are I think kind of some of the main ones.
Okay. Well, so you're enjoying Samurai Champloo, but
Oh,
you're really more.
I didn't know you started that. Cool.
Yeah.
I am, yeah.
That's not your- how far are
Marty
you?
had wanted me to watch it, and which again, it's like well done. It's obviously Shiro Watanabe, right? I mean, it reminds me a lot. That's what I told Marty. I actually saw him last weekend at a family event. I told Marty it's very similar in tone and the way that characters interact to Cowboy Bebop. It's like Mugen, the main one of the main guy. Mugen is like Jet. No, Mugen is like Spike. Jean is like Jet. The chick is like Faye Valentine. In terms of just how they kind of act with the, just not exactly carbon copy, but I just feel like it's a similar dynamic. It feels similar, except it's in like feudal samurai culture Japan instead of space. I don't know. It just, I mean, of course, it's the same director, so it's going to feel similar and similar kind of animation style. So and like the good music. So it's like obviously really well done. I just. No one else is watching. No one's talking about it. It's like it's one of those deals where there's like 24. It just feels like a lot of episodes to work through. So I've been what's the word? I've been plugging away at it. I like it.
Okay.
It's just a bit of a
For 24 episodes?
Yeah, I mean, it's when a show is like already out and it's
Yeah.
It's like that's a lot to get through when you're like not excited about it like I would be if it was a brand new.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just thinking of I'm thinking about like the time that I foolishly thought I was gonna watch Bleach and catch up to John and Ashley, and that to me is like, that's plugging away at something. Then But I do understand what you're saying, especially if you're like kind of tepid about it. It does feel like this is long episodes, long season. Like I get it.
But and I think I'm getting to the point where it's going to start really picking up. So
sure,
I think it'll be I'll be able to cruise. I think less than rest of the way.
It is funny that I do understand what you're saying, but how modern anime release schedules and stuff have changed our perception of that, because 24 episodes used to be the standard.
Yes.
It's like that's what you're getting, and now it's like it's 12 episodes or whatever, it's we get half, and then maybe you have them split, maybe you have it each year, or maybe you have it split between 6 months or something like that.
Sure,
it's just, it's definitely I don't know. But I would say with Samurai Champloo, but for Cowboy Bebop and that, you definitely, you want to, the vibe needs to resonate, and it will be harder if this doesn't for you. But I will say that by the end, it feels like quite the journey.
Yeah.
There's a kind of impactful feeling at the end of it all.
Yeah. I can. Yeah, it's like I like it when I'm watching it. I enjoy it. It's well done.
Yeah,
I just am not.
Right, there's so many things.
You're not rushing.
It's hard to make yourself watch something that's like it's tough. It's tough.
Exactly.
To do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, we're still watching Apothecary Diaries, which is obviously really good. We've started Kowloon Generic Romance. We haven't gotten too far in it, so some of that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay. Nice.
I heard cowboy instead of Kowloon.
Oh,
so I was like, wait, what?
Just don't enunciate well enough.
But I got you.
Oh, I did want to mention this one. Maybe I already told you guys about this last pod, but I don't think I did. Did I talk about Anne Shirley last time?
No.
Anne Shirley. Okay. Very briefly, I won't take a bunch of time because we got to get to Andrea's and we got to get going on Witch Watch here.
Oh, I'm short. You go.
Okay. Anne Shirley is a new anime based off of the Anne of Green Gables books.
Mhm.
Apparently, Anne of Green Gables, the story like really resonates in Japanese culture, and apparently it's a very popular book series in Japan. Who knew?
This is true.
So Anne Shirley just came out. I think there's like maybe 5 or 6 episodes. We watched the first one. I've been looking for an anime like we watched with my kids. I have two daughters that are in like grade school. And so we've been looking for an anime to watch. Obviously, we watch like Miyazaki films and things like that with them. But we don't have like a show to watch as a family. And we watched the first episode of Anne Shirley a couple weeks ago, and it is so sweet. It is so well done and lovely and wholesome. And I don't really know much about Anne of Green Gables. Dana's obviously read it, and
that's funny.
Seen some of the different TV and movie iterations. So I was like brand new to the whole story. So I'm sure of course. I don't know very much about Anne of Green Gables.
This is brand new for you?
Yes.
Oh my God, cute.
I know.
It's such a good story.
I know. It was so good. I loved it. Yeah. It's
adorbs.
Really well animated and well paced. And so if you're looking for a show to watch with like kids, it's lovely. I would watch the show by myself. Like I don't need it to be like show watch kids. It's that good.
I will be watching it with or without my children.
Right. So, but it's very family friendly. Like 100%. As far as I've only watched one episode, but it gives the vibe that it's for anybody.
It will continue to be family friendly if it's like true to the book series. There's nothing.
Right.
Unless they're taking like a Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies kind of twist. There's nothing in there that's going to be not family friendly.
No, you're right. It seems very much just like general audiences, feel good, wholesome. Yeah. So excellent.
Cute. I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah. Highly recommend.
Nice.
I read all of the Anne of Green Gables. I think there's like 8 books total in the series. I read all of them multiple times when I was a kid, loved them, watched what I and many other millennials who cared about Green Gables considered to be the seminal, video version of this with Megan Follows.
Yeah.
Playing the lead character. Yes, it is the version if you're a millennial.
Right.
What's that? What is that?
It's the video series. I think there's like 3 movies.
Yeah, that sounds right.
With Megan Follows is the lead who plays Anne Shirley, and she nails it. But also, funnily enough,
I have seen that when I was a kid. Actually,
I feel like you would have maybe at least seen the first movie. It's such a classic.
Yeah, I think I have. Actually, I think my mom.
And it's super true to the book, and then like the other 2 kind of like wander a little bit before getting back on track.
Yeah.
But it's super funny because like to me, Megan Follows was the epitome of Anne Shirley, like wholesome, like this rags to riches kind of like orphan story, cheerful, like always trying to do good, and she was so like earnest.
Yeah.
And then when a couple of years, I mean, more than a couple, but however many years ago that the TV show on the CW Rain came out.
Oh, yeah.
She plays Catherine de Medici, who is just like pure scheming, like evil, like just like does all this like crappy stuff. And it's just like, oh my God, Anne Shirley, what are you doing? Like it was it was genuinely hard not to see her as Anne Shirley, like doing all these like terrible things. And I was like, why are you doing this?
Don't go to the dark side.
Childhood ended up being rough,
Oh man,
met the wrong people later, and
But
Dana watched Anne with an E on Netflix, and she said it was good. That was like a very dark, like they made it. They really played up like the orphanage and like all sorts of like really dark themes. So
it was like very like extra drama that I felt was unnecessary.
Oh, you watched it too? Oh, okay, yeah.
I watched some of it. I haven't finished it, but I felt like it was like too like punchy. You know what I mean? Like they were trying too hard for drama.
Right. That's how Dana felt too. Yeah. So she didn't love that.
Yeah.
Anyway, and Shirley.
Okay.
Done.
Nice. Andrea,
it'll be one of my balance shows.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, what are you watching now that's so dark?
Devil May Cry.
Oh, okay.
I started it, didn't get too far in it, but
I like it. I like
Yeah,
it.
okay.
It's like a weird. I mean, I can tell the video game influence, and then I can also tell like it's very influenced by like Castlevania for sure.
Sure.
And then also, like I said last time that I watched the first episode, it's super 80s and it gives like, especially when there's like newscasts that convey the information that we need to know, it's super Ninja Turtles. Like,
cool.
Okay.
just like the style, the fashion, the way the like TV reporters speak, like some of the shots of like the city and the people moving, it really gave me Ninja Turtles flashbacks.
Nice.
Interesting.
Which was really fun.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with the storyline. Like
Sure.
almost absolutely zero. I'm just
funny.
saying like the aesthetic
Right.
Sure.
and all
Yeah.
like it's all like nighttime blue buildings and like you know, I don't know, it just grabbed me that way.
Okay.
Okay. So
But-
good visual design.
Love it.
Yeah. And I like it so far. But again, I don't know anything about the video games, so like you're
Sure.
not going to get me there. Like I don't
Sure.
know anything. It's kind of like the way I watched Last of Us. I know like very bare bones information, so I can't really like compare Last of Us TV show to the game.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that last time, didn't we? A little bit. Who was that? Mike and Pete. But they were, if I recall, the both of them were not continuing on with season 2.
Oh.
Of Last of Us.
I thought it
I
was
think
good.
so, yeah.
But
It
maybe
is
not for
good,
the
I think.
game.
There is like I see a character development problem, but I think it can be corrected.
Okay.
But again, not speaking as somebody who's played the video game.
Sure.
All right. Fair enough.
What other anime you been jumping on?
Not much other than Witch Watch and Devil May Cry, and continuing on with a couple of other shows like Apothecary Diaries. But I don't want to like retread territory we've already covered.
Sure.
I did catch up on Sakamoto Days because I definitely from our last podcast like
Well,
let that sit. Yeah, definitely catch up on it.
Okay.
Okay. Is it?
But
Okay. Cool.
It's continuing like we thought it would. Do you know what I mean? Like that the storyline where we left off, where we were about to get into it. Like I really enjoyed that.
Okay.
So, but I won't say much else.
Sure.
Cool.
And then very randomly, Everett was watching a show on Netflix, and it ended, and it was doing like here's like previews of shows you might like, and it stopped on Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, sure.
She was like, "Mommy, I really want to see that." I was like, "Okay." So we started Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
And she loves it. She thinks it's super great. And
supposed to be excellent. I've never watched it.
She turns around to me several times an episode and she'll be like, "Mommy, I'm not even scared. I can watch this." Because like there is fighting, but it's not, you know, it's not anything crazy.
Thank you for the reassurance.
I know. She'll be like, "Mommy, I'm okay. I'm not even scared." So we've been I think we watched like 5 episodes of that over the weekend. And
cute.
she really enjoyed that. She thought that was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, Tony was kind of upset at me that I have never watched that. And
okay.
That I still haven't and have not promised to watch it or anything like that. So
I have people in my life that feel the same way about
Sure.
Okay.
There's a live
not
action,
anime.
isn't there?
Yes.
Oh, God, yes.
And it was panned, I remember. Like
Correct.
Everyone says
supposed to be
avoid it, yes.
awful.
Yes.
Okay.
I've heard the Nickelodeon version that's on Netflix is like the one to watch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just the original animated thing.
Yes.
That's it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. They are they're giving it another go. They are doing another live action attempt, I believe, but
that's probably a mistake. Oh,
we'll see.
okay.
Yes.
Well, good to.
I have no familiarity. I guess it just wasn't in
Same.
Nickelodeon at the time or whatever, Nickelodeon thing. So, but yeah. Okay. Well, that's fun. I told Phil right at the start, like it's been a while since we've had any shows. It's my fault here, but so like looking at my list, I have watched some things since we last met, but really it's been pretty dry for a while here. I did get another episode of Kakurio, the house. Was that? I forget what it's called. It's the inn, the Demon's Inn story, or whatever. Bed and breakfast
for spirits. Sure.
Yeah. So that's still fun, and another episode of Apothecary Diaries. But I'm quite far behind, so I'm kind of behind on everything. Kind of behind on Apothecary, definitely behind on the Sakamoto days. So Phil brought up please put them back on, Takamine-san, and it's like I totally forgot that was even going.
I did watch a couple episodes of that, Andrea, which I do have some thoughts on that. If we can spare a minute.
That's what I said I was going to do every time that came on.
Oh, okay.
Just be what's his face's dad, disapproving and disappearing from solo leveling.
All right. Okay.
Anyway, go.
Please put them on Takamine-san. Okay, I don't know what exactly I was expecting. I knew the very, very basic premise from hearing you talk about the manga and then the show, John, but it, the whole, it's just a lot more, I mean, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but the arrangement that they have entered into together is not
it's not healthy, if that's what you're searching for.
No, it's not healthy, and it's pretty one-sided, and I mean, it's like this.
She's asserting her control over him. Yes,
correct. And the way she does it is pretty like disturbing. Not disturbing in like not in like a kinky sense, but like in like a. She basically is like blackmailing him. And
If this was at all like suggestive of being like to be taken seriously,
right?
It would be serious crimes here, or whatever.
Yes, and they allude to that, like in the show, like that's what keeps him doing what he's doing. And so, it's a good thing that the genders are reversed this way, because if it was reversed the other way, I don't think they could even air it. It like would be so inappropriate for TV. But anyway, so that was an interesting twist that I wasn't kind of expecting. I assumed it'd be some sort of consensual agreement they came to, but it is not. And the other thing is when she does her magic time reversal, when she takes off an article of her underwear, they do kind of like when like on Zenshu when Natsuko does her magic and it does the same scene.
Do they do like a sequence?
Yeah,
they do like a sequence. Yeah,
they do, but it's way longer in this show, and it's not as like beautifully animated. And they keep doing it. It's like, oh, we did it once. We can just like do quick stills, and we don't need to do the whole scene every time.
Sure.
So it's like we can really do without that, I think. But that's my only. I would
imagine that would go away. I would imagine that would go away or be greatly reduced, because I don't even remember that in the manga. So it's like if they did that, and I was thinking they maybe were imagining they needed some sort of visual representation of what's happening here.
Sure, and I get that. But then once you do it, you can just like
Yeah. No, I agree.
Cut a few stills in, and then like so that people know you're doing it, but. They don't need to keep.
Yeah, I felt like in Zenshu they did like the full thing every time, but they did it less. They sort of like implied it happened sometimes instead of like doing it.
Sure.
So then it felt like when you got to the scene, it was like, oh, that's okay because
also
we did it like once in 3 episodes or something.
Yeah. Also, that one is shorter and like just gorgeously animated, so I don't mind as much.
It's so beautiful.
So this one is like fine, but it's not a MAPPA level quality Zenshu.
Sure.
Okay. So, but otherwise, it's like it's pretty wild, but it's kind of fun.
Salacious.
It's yeah. Yeah, it's kind of silly in its own way.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well,
John's going to make a short just of me doing that.
or a sticker, I think. Maybe a
Yes.
sticker. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, let's talk about Witch Watch.
Yes.
It's a show that I was surprised by, and you gave it a try first, if I remember, Phil, and like, wow, this is super hilarious. And I don't think they've met the level of hilarity of episode 1 again yet.
No,
but it's still funny.
It is funny, yes.
I thought they came close in episode 5. Not the teacher-student arc, although yeah, that was super random.
Was that episode 5?
No, I think that's episode 4.
Okay.
No, episode 5 was like the teacher student, where like the teacher's super into manga and one of her students is like a fan artist, which that was funny. But I thought the cat, like trying to like resist, who's like a witch, the cat who's like a shape-shifting witch and was trying to like resist Morihito like petting her, and then she was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna turn back into a human."
Oh yeah.
She's like, "Oh, but it's so good." Like, and then she like just does. She like pops out, and then
Yep.
So we have a whole bunch of new characters that I'm just like spewing out right now that people wouldn't know, but if they haven't watched it. But yeah, I thought that whole scene was really funny. And then like I thought she was caught when Kanchan like was like a human, but he was talking about his like weird evolution model. So yeah, that whole like interaction and scene I thought was very funny. Again, not quite the hilarity that we had for the early episodes, but it was still really funny. Plus intriguing that we have new characters, plus kind of more detail of which hierarchy, familiar hierarchy between like an ogre and a tengu. So yeah.
I wonder if it feels like it's trying to evolve over time. Like it started out really, I think, hitting the funny, like setting the premise, making it very funny. I think the first episode was the most consistently funny, laugh out loud funny, and I think every episode has given me a few moments where I'm like laughing out loud, but it's not as like constant. But then it's also getting like deeper, I think, over time. And then you get to this most recent episode, it almost made me tear up. Frankly, it was just so sweet when it was like the backstory with after her dad left and the house was destroyed.
Yeah.
And, it was just like, so it's really going somewhere. I feel like where I think it's really going to become something quite impressive and something I didn't expect it to be.
Very endearing.
Endearing and deeper and it's always been so well made and animated and drawn. The art and style is excellent. So I mean, they're kind of hitting all the major points that I care about when I'm looking for anime. I mean, when I can watch an episode, like last night, I watched episode 6 last night, and I was just glued. And sometimes I'm watching a show and I'm like 75% paying attention, or I'm just kind of like, mind wandering a little bit. But I was just like glued in, and that's always a sign to me that like something's really special.
Yeah, I think they're doing a good job of not running any of the gags too long. First we're like, okay, is she gonna like mess up magic all the time? But they keep, as you mentioned, bringing up characters pretty consistent. So we get the new Tengu. Now I've got the cat girl. And I think that's a good pacing, and it's also not like an enemy of the week always either. It's like Sakamoto Days. That's definitely feels like the vibe is like, hey, new assassin each week, sort of thing that's coming after him. And I just think pacing of this is been well thought out at this point.
Yeah, I agree. I like how because the Tengu guy, when he first came, it was like, oh, is going to be kind of like a reverse harem situation. Is she going to be collecting these familiars, and then they're all going to kind of be in love with her, and it's like, oh, who should I choose? I'm glad that in this last episode,
they're
it was
friends.
very apparent that they're friends, and she's like, no, I do love Moi-chan, and he's like not trying to sabotage him. He's like helping her win the guy. Like, it was very sweet. I like that, actually. I like that they went in that direction, because it could have easily gone in making him some like really annoying side character who's always like trying to like mess you guys up. That would have,
could make him kind of like a Zenitsu, like on your shirt. So you knew where I was going before I even said it.
I understand. I did hear, though, I don't think it's really a spoiler, but I read something about like upcoming, like it was like the 10 most popular upcoming characters in the Infinity Castle like arc. And they talk about some demon who hasn't been introduced yet, who has apparently this epic fight with Zenitsu in the manga that apparently is just like going to be awesome. So I guess it's a little bit of a spoiler, but we all knew that Zenitsu was going to fight a demon in the future. So I don't think it's really what? So apparently, there might be some more. I might not be the only Zenitsu lover when all is said and done out there. Because currently, I think I am the only one. Pretty sure.
No.
They're like, we sold one of those shirts of Zenitsu with the
one.
Quick, sell this guy everything.
No, say something, Andrea?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I agree. I had the exact same thought process where I was like, oh no, like a romantic rival who's kind of annoying and was like coming in very like, haha, like I have this whole history with her. Oh, I had to like find her bathing suit with it. It fell off. And it was just like, he was very clearly needling Morihito, but it ended up being, I feel like he just really valued Nico as a friend because he didn't have many friends and was just worried about like their friendship being impacted rather than being like, I love her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like he was worried he was going to lose her, but not in a romantic way. He was just like, I really want to make sure like we're still important and our friendship is still important. And I think he got that. So he was like, cool, like I'll just do what friends do and like strengthen our friendship by helping you get the guy.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm gonna echo the exact same thing. Before you said it, Phil, that was my next point because I am very happy with that. I just didn't need a romantic triangle thing.
They kind of did that in like Don too. When the friend came back and he's like, that I don't need that. That was interesting. It's interesting in Don, but I don't need it again.
Yeah. Or like if they end up doing like a romantic rival situation later on down the road, like having it not be her friend, I think will be more interesting. Like if there is some sort of like romantic mix up entanglement, somebody comes in and breaks them apart or whatever, it's going to be something more interesting than her childhood friend is back and like, oh, I'm going to fight you for her affection.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, how could Tengu Kid possibly resist the lean against the wall? I mean, when they're under her spell,
I loved them under her spell. But I didn't like that was funny. Like all Moi-chan's like bum bum like and everybody doing that all over the place was hilarious. But I loved the like super arms around shoulder.
On the line.
The world's like weirdest friendship bridge, like just all the way down to the dog. That was super funny.
It was, it is really kind of funny and adorable moments like that, pretty consistently throughout.
For sure,
quite good.
Except for the pooping guy.
I forget what was that? I don't recall what
he wanted to like. He like had trouble going to the bathroom and he wanted to be invisible when he went to the bathroom because people made fun of him.
He's got like
but he had to like keep his arms crossed like this.
Diarrhea, right? Oh.
Yes. And then he was like, how am I going to like go to the bathroom like this? It was just so weird.
It is funny, but so random. But I kind of like this sort of thing. Like she's come out as a witch. And so now she has people at the school asking for help. And that is what she's wants to do then.
What she's supposed to do to like grow as a witch. You have to help people.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
I think that's a very fun mechanic that they can always
Yeah.
sprinkle in to
Yep.
put us on some other little extra side adventure or whatever.
Yep, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I keep waiting for Moy's eyes to like glow orange when he's like doing some cool ogre stuff, because
Yeah.
they kind of tease it in the opening, which I know we've talked about before and we've all said this, but the opening is just killer.
Yeah,
It's
it
so
is.
good.
It's really
I watch
good.
every time. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I was thinking of Moy reminds me of the guy from that manhwa, Andrea, that we read and talked about on here some.
Like,
Uh,
not sorry. I immediately went to Solo Leveling, and I was like, "What?
no.
No. The cute one, the like marriage one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe meant to be.
maybe meant to be. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, the guy in there, because it's like obviously they're going to be in a relationship, but he's
Oh my
so
gosh, what's his
dense about the whole
name?
thing.
Yes, he totally
And-
is.
And to this point, we apparently has no attraction to her. It's like it's just no feeling there. It seems.
Sure.
Minchul.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
I was like, it's another M. I know it. Yeah.
But I'm just getting that kind of vibe, and
Yes, totally.
So yeah, he's become the
Now that you
popular
said it,
guy.
yes.
He's like strong
Sure.
and all that sort of thing, and then
But he's kind of a loner still.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because the one girl asked him out, he's like, I don't even know you, lady.
Yeah.
Like,
Which is cute. He's like, sorry,
Yeah.
I don't know you.
And then
Right.
he's like, oh, being so harsh is gonna be bad for him. And it's like, oh, and then her thoughts immediately, oh, it's so cool that he's so blunt.
yeah.
Oh my god, he's gonna get more popular.
Right.
Yeah. And he goes and it's good. It's good. What else you gotta say? I really did like the teacher with the manga whole thing. I like that little
Yeah, it's very funny.
addition of that she's like trying to hide all this stuff, and then she's freaking out because this is my student, one of my favorite artists, and she is.
yeah.
And it's just they're not afraid to like take large chunks of an episode and just do that,
Do other
like
stuff,
be in her
yeah.
mind or whatever about that.
Right.
Like nothing to do with our witch and ogre, So that's fun.
Agreed. Yeah. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of, I don't know, there's a ton, I don't know that I have a ton of other things to say about it. I love it, but it kind of is what it is.
It's
Yeah.
not like uber deep at this point. Like you say,
No.
like maybe it becomes, at least more heartfelt or whatever, keeps going
Yeah.
down that path and
Yeah.
add some depth. But
Yeah.
right now it's just still a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think we're going to get back to,
I forgot
speaking
about
of,
that. Yeah.
yeah, I think we're going to get back to, kind of like building the thread again. I feel like there's been a couple of episodes where we've been like building character relationships and, kind of developing that way. And I feel like we're getting back to like someone's still after Nico.
Right.
There's still this like whole, something awful is going to befall her. Beware of dogs and rain, and
Yeah.
So yeah,
Right.
There's
I
a
think we're gonna get
student
back
on the
there.
inside that's a
Mhm.
threat.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you're right. There has been, we have had kind of a little hiatus from the danger here for a while.
Right.
Yeah, like fall. I'm like, oh, is it the cat girl? Is she gonna be? No,
Yeah.
no, I don't think she's the threat.
No.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, she could. I was thinking, well, maybe she's the threat in the sense that she's trying to steal Moy away. And
Yeah.
it's not directly a threat to.
Oh, sure.
Well, and maybe it's like a twofold, like there, because it's like beware of dogs and raindrops. So maybe something's like going to happen, like when it's raining out and Moichan, like, I don't know, has some sort of misunderstanding and like goes and is this other witch's familiar or is like with her, or she takes him, and then, our other kind of danger is going to come in.
Yeah.
Well, I certainly don't think Moy could ever be willingly lured away from being Nico's familiar because he clearly, like he talks about, and he's very
he takes
precious.
it super seriously.
Super seriously, she's very important to him, even if he doesn't realize he's in love with her yet, which I think he does.
Yeah, and like I'm sort of envisioning like either a I'm helping her scenario and I'm not there for something, or a she casts a spell because she's desperate to have him as her familiar.
Sure, yeah. I'm not saying he could be like ensorcelled or something like that. But I think no woman or other witch is going to be able to like get him to just of his own free will.
Yeah.
Because he strikes me as someone who like cares deeply about her in almost a way like a parent would care about a child. Like, I will literally put my life on the line for you.
Yeah.
He's just like, it's his mission in life at this point. So, I mean, but I get what you're saying. It'd be interesting to see. I mean, it doesn't mean that someone couldn't do something to like separate them.
Yeah.
Nefariously.
Yeah.
So,
we'll see. This thing we're showing here where like had an outfit taken over or possessed or whatever sort of thing, totally reminding me of Kill la Kill. It's like, that's very, very, very Kill la Kill.
For sure.
And
that I thought that was interesting. This show does keep bringing up like other manga and anime like by name sometimes.
Yeah.
And also just with a
I'm surprised they can get away with that, but maybe they get permission or something.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Same company.
It's pretty easy for
they're
like
not showing like
Demon Slayer, we're going to use your name in our show just for funsies, for gags.
I mean, the characters can just talk about something, right? You're so long as you're not showing like the iconography.
Yeah, it's in some way it's like public domain,
right?
You know what I mean? Like you're not using artwork or characters or
like and that dress maybe a little bit.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean though. Like it's not like a direct like grab from Kill la Kill. So it's not like borrowing. It's just like an intense homage.
Yes. At one point, weren't they like, why did they put the eyes right there or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it said that, yeah.
I loved that like fourth wall break because we were all thinking it like some suspiciously placed eyes.
Yes, correct.
That's funny.
Especially for a show. It's funny because this show isn't really... I mean, every show will have some, like, suggestive gags like this, but that's not really what the show's about. So it's kind of funny to have that thrown in there once in a while.
Well, and that's what I was going to ask about, kind of. It's sort of, like... I was trying to find the cat stuff. Where's the sauciness level? It's like with the cat girl, like, that was pretty, sort of... like restrained, but at the same time, I'll use it again, relatively salacious, considering what's happening here and stuff. So I thought, I don't know,
right now I'd give the show like, if we were like ranking out of like 5 peppers for spice level, which I see often on Instagram, I'd give it like 2. They've had some, like this moment, here with like, obviously there was like stroking her body and we as the audience were like, it's a girl. And he's, like, so there's something there. And then also like Nico did spend 2 episodes like half clothed where she had the like front fashion and then like her back was totally open.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, so, smashing the dress off. She was like, here I am in my underwear. Like,
that's true.
So,
So if we're setting the scale as like 1 being Anne Shirley and 5 being what? Please put them on Takamine-san.
Yeah, so this got to be more like a 3 then, right? I mean, 2 right
probably,
next to Anne
I would
Shirley.
say maybe a strong 2.5.
Yeah, okay.
And then
I'm sticking with 3 because like.
Okay.
I
guess they show her in her underwear when this dress breaks off. Yeah. And in the first episode, they're like, she's like, are we going to do like lewd things if we're living together? And like, there's some of that stuff, I guess. There's some.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's a 3 pepper show, we'll say 2 to 3 peppers.
I say 2.
Okay.
I think 2. I mean, like, it's like My Hero Academia is. There are, pretty curvy women, some revealing stuff, but it's really like they're superheroes. They're wearing like
Right.
superhero appealing, sexy
Yes.
superhero outfits. It's not,
Right.
but it doesn't really have much of the other, so
True.
that to me would be like a 2.
Oh, that
You
to
know,
me is
so
like
it's
a
not-
1.
1 is surely.
Oh, okay.
1 is
right,
like
right,
kid
okay,
friendly
okay.
for sure. Like,
Right. Okay. Okay. God, that's such a wide spectrum. Okay, then yes, I will give you a 3.
We could
Okay.
make the
Because-
scale out of 10 peppers so that we can be a little more nuanced. in our
oh my
scale.
gosh, no, I refuse. You can rate things on a 10 pepper scale. I don't recognize it.
I refuse to recognize it. Okay, fair enough. I don't know that it matters that much, so it's
Yes.
fun to debate. But
Yeah, no, I forgot our like 1 scale was like absolutely 0. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
So yes, so I will give you 3.
I mean,
Well, we could
unless
say
you say
Aunt
like,
Shirley's
well, okay,
0.
0 peppers, right?
Yes,
Right, you
that
give
makes
0
more
peppers.
sense.
Aunt
0
Shirley's a
peppers.
0
Then
pepper show.
this show is a 2, and like My Hero Academia showing like your body is like a 1.
Okay, so it'd be like if the show has any spiciness factor, there's
It's
a
a 1.
spiciness quotient, then then
Yes.
we bring this scale on board.
Yeah.
If
Yes.
there's no spice, we don't even need to talk about the scale.
Exactly.
It's not there.
True. Okay.
I mean, you don't put a pepper next to a thing on the menu that has 0 spice.
Correct. That's true.
Yeah. Mhm.
All right. I'm on board with this. I'm back to my 2.
Okay.
Cool.
Perfect. Okay. Well, with that very important thing out of the way,
We had some very important discussion there. Like we came
Yeah.
to some serious resolution about our spice quotient and rating
Yeah.
system.
mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that's Witch Watch through episode 6. I don't know how, I'm guessing maybe this is halfway. We're doing that whole 12 episode sort of thing again.
It's really
And
felt like about halfway through, and just like with what they're like with the way the most recent episode finally kind of moved a little bit forward in their relationship. It felt like kind of a mid-season episode.
Yeah.
A little more
Okay.
important.
I agree.
A little more, more forward propulsion for it. So
Yeah. A little more
Sure.
development.
I wouldn't be surprised if you're right there, John. That's 12 episodes
Okay.
or total.
nice. Well, I have lots of other things I need to get on watching, so I'll try to do that a little better this next couple weeks. Maybe next time we can get into Sakamoto Days.
Sure.
Being we're still going on that. And next week, I don't know what we're going to talk about exactly on the regular podcast. I'm trying to put something together for Andor because it's timely.
Right.
And but otherwise, Andrea had some interesting ideas. So either way, make sure you follow us on all the places. We're Popcast on the Rocks. We're Ohio Anime. Those are 2 separate channels on YouTube. Follow both of them. Turn on notifications if you want to know when we go live, that type of thing. And we're on podcast directories as well. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen, we're probably there. Leave a review if you can on Apple Podcasts. The video version is available on Spotify. So, yeah, that's all I got to say, really. Mike, kind of a semi-regular here, is he just got back from a racing event, and so he has a new video up, Track
cool.
Mouse 34.
Yeah. Videos are awesome.
So, yeah. So check that out. Killing the Flower wrote our theme song for the main show, Popcast on the Rocks. So you can follow them. And that's about it. So thank you guys for being here. It's good to see you again. And
Good to get back at it.
talk to everybody next time.
See ya.